Welcome everybody to another episode of Start, Stop, Repeat. We are excited to have uh, our guests come on stage and run through this exercise. For those who may not have been a part of this so far, uh, this is a role play exercise that I use and have used for many years. Usually, what we want to use this with is during a call blitz. And so we can do a start, stop, repeat to start to rehearse the different sections of the call so that you get really, really comfortable with the different scenarios that might pop up in your cold calls, so that when you have the cold call, it's fairly easy. And we're going to start with the intro. Once we feel really comfortable with the intro, in practice, we would actually want to go and start making some real calls, and then we would stop. We would then move into the next section of the call where there might be some challenges, do the start, stop, repeat, and then move forward. So today we've got a couple of different guests lined up, and we'll be welcome on the stage in a second here. We'll start with the intro. We'll do the start, stop, repeat, give some feedback, and then hopefully we can get people that are pretty ready to go through their intro. We can move into the next section of the call around the purpose of the call. So super excited for the show today. I think we have 2 or maybe 3 guests lined up, and we will keep a couple of minutes at the end, maybe 10-15 minutes for some open Q&A as well. Last time we did that, we had a lot of questions strolling in, so I want to reserve some time for some open Q&A as well. Do we have our first guest ready to go? Bring him on stage. Here we go. Omar.
Hey, how's it going?
It's going well. How you doing today, brother?
Yeah, I'm pretty well, bro. What about you?
I'm doing well. So,
Nice.
is this your first time on the show? Do you know what we're going to get yourself into today?
Yeah, this is my second time. I was on here last week. I did pretty bad, but I want to improve, so I came on again.
Here we go. So, for those who are tuning in, who you be in this world? Who is Omar?
Okay. So I'm a sales rep for a commercial cleaning company in London.
Oh, you're
Speak to
back,
office
brother.
managers. I'm back, bro.
Back, brother.
Ready to learn.
Office managers in London.
Office manager.
And
Yeah.
great. Well, let's see how you're doing today. And we will get past intro, I hope, and we can move right into the body based on last week's session. So you know the drill. This is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. It's Omar here. How's it going?
Not too bad. How you doing today, man?
Yeah, pretty well. Thanks, Ryan. I'm looking to speak to you regarding commercial cleaning, if you have a few minutes.
Yeah, what's up?
Yeah, so we work with Gatehouse Bank just next door to you guys, and we specialize in office cleaning for investment banks, private equity firms, and family offices in the city. Did the cleaning for the royal family for 20 plus years, uh, as well as being in business for 112 years running now.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. How you doing?
Not too bad. Who is this?
Cool. It's Omar here from Mayfair Cleaning. We haven't really spoke before, but wanted to get to know you a little better through phone call, if that's okay.
What's up?
Yeah, so we work with Gatehouse Bank just next door. Wanted to introduce myself and my firm. Is cleaning like a relevant priority for you right now?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. How's it going?
I'm doing well. How you doing today?
Yeah, not too bad. Working from home for the first time. It's pretty good. I'm liking it.
Great. How can I help?
Cool. So Ryan, I wanted to speak to you regarding commercial cleaning if you have a few seconds.
Yeah, what's up, man?
I came across your company online and seeing you guys are an investment bank. We specialize in cleaning for investment banks and private equity firms. We work with our capital for 5 plus years now, just a few doors down from you guys. I thought it'd be good to get in touch with you.
Sure. What can I do for you?
Cool. Yeah, just wanted to know, like, how are you guys managing the cleaning schedule right now
Hey, this is
at your
Ryan.
company? Hey, Ryan, how's it going?
Not too bad. Do
Cool.
I know you?
No, it's Omar here from Mayfair Cleaning. Not really spoken to you before, but was looking to introduce myself and my firm.
How can I help?
Cool. So we specialize in cleaning for investment banks and private equity firms in central London. We work with R
Uh,
Capital, just a
all
few
right,
doors down.
let's stop here. How's that feeling
Yeah,
today?
better than last week, but I mean, obviously, still not there yet. But be working on. I'm
So
not sure where I'm going wrong either. Like,
there is no going wrong at this stage. You're just trying to repeat, start, stop, repeat, start, stop, repeat. We're just trying to get you through those gates. So what you're doing well
okay,
is you're starting your calls pretty much the same. Hey Ryan, how's it going? Hey Ryan, how's it going?
yeah,
Hey Ryan, how's it going? Fantastic. We got past that. Now, as we shift into whatever I'm going to say, there's going to be some curveballs from here and there. You know, I might throw you off like we've
okay.
done before. But then I want to transition. What's up? When I say what's up, how can I help you? Or, you know, what can I do you for? Why are you calling?
Oh, is that the
Um,
next stage then?
we're going to
Next
shift
stage of
into
the
the
call.
next stage of the conversation. So what are we
Okay.
going to say here? We want to have that consistency and confidence piece there as
Mm.
well. So what are we going to say next? And I know you've got this ability to reference. Hey, we actually work with someone down the hall. Maybe it's a similar building or something of that nature. So this is where you're giving us that reason for the call, and I like that you're setting some relevance, or you're dropping some names here. Um, but each time it's still a little bit different. Sometimes you're saying, you know, we're a commercial cleaning company, we got all this history, and other times you're saying, hey, I know these people down the hall. So
Yeah.
choose one, right? And the reason
Yeah,
why
I'm
you
not
want
sure which is relevant to be honest. Like, do people like to hear that, we've been in business for this long and
to, no
we,
one gives a shit about that.
yeah, I was about to say because no one really cares about your
No one
product.
cares. No one cares.
Yeah,
So, but you know, it's good to have some clarity. Good to have some clarity. But at this stage, what I'm thinking in my mind is like, and I just asked you, why are you calling? What's up? How can I
why are
help
you
you? What is it?
calling?
So
Yeah,
get
why are you
right to,
calling, not who your company is?
yeah. Why are you calling me?
Okay,
What?
okay.
Can you help me? You know, solve my problem or go away. So we want to think about um, getting into that conversation as soon as possible. But like I said, it's okay to use that clarity. Like, hey, by the way, you know, we work with someone down the hall, and so the reason I was calling. Okay, so that's just setting some relevance for me to be like, all right, this isn't. I guess there's some reason for the call, but still, I don't care. I don't really care. It does give me a foot in the door a little bit. It might, maybe not. Maybe I hate those people. I don't know. You don't know either, but it's okay. But get to the reason. Why are you calling me?
Hmm.
And ideally, you can quickly identify that I am a person that you can help or not. So we want to try to set the context there, and there's lots of different frameworks for that. I'm not here to judge your framework, but the transition phase from you got me, your intro, you got me here, we're talking. Now get to the why, the reason, the purpose, whatever. When we're in there, this is your opportunity to um, tell me why you're calling, and ideally, you're aligning with again a problem, a pain, a threat, an opportunity. You're educating me. You're doing something to keep me interested to get to that next
Yeah,
phase. Once you've gone there, like, yeah, that sounds generally interested, then you're going to move into
yeah.
some
I
sort
was,
of call to action or uh, request or something, right? So,
yeah,
second
I
phase
was gonna
is
say,
why.
Ryan, I did have a question if I can bring it up.
Uh huh.
So the thing of it cleaning is most people tend to be with their commercial cleaning companies for 5 plus, 10 plus years. They don't like to change it because it's too much hassle. And
Hmm.
like last thing I want to do is, shit talk their current provider and be like, oh, this is why we're better and stuff. But like
Sure.
I I just feel like there's a lot of pushback already in the call and people are like, nope, not interested.
Yeah.
But not sure how I can build like open that
That's,
conversation.
so that's everything, by the way. Right? No one wants to change,
Mm, yeah,
right? Like it's on us to identify. Um, you know, is there a conversation to start to build a relationship, and then when the timing's right, it's there. Only 3% of your market's buying at any given time. Okay, so
hmm,
if you understand that 3% of a market is buying right now, what would that mean? Well, 3% is 1 out of 33. Okay, so out of every 33 people you talk to, mathematically, one person might be buying right now. So 32 out of 33 times, you're going to have people that aren't actually ready to buy. Now, another 7% or so of your market might be open to exploring right now, right?
Yeah.
So if you get buying now and open to it, now maybe you got 10% that's willing to engage in a conversation. That's 1 out of 10, okay?
Okay.
So 9 out of 10 times you're going to get no thanks, not interested, not now, not me, some other outcome. That's just a part of the game. But your job is to identify, are they the right person, and if at some point in the future is there conversation to be had. So there's no magic bullet here, and it's a search game. We are making a call. You're going to tell me why I'm calling, and then if it's not a fit now, that's fine. Let's just follow up. You're going to follow up in the future. Okay. So let's try that one more time. Let's get into a specific reason. What is the reason for your call that might make me interested in continuing a conversation? And this all come down to, what is your objective? Your objective for this call is to do what? What are you trying to do? What are you trying to
Book a meeting, like a walkthrough site visit.
Okay, that's why you're calling me. You want to see if at some point we could do a site visit for some reason. And why would I care about that? Why would I want that?
We can, possibly help you guys see if there's anything that can be improved with the cleaning. If anything, we can do better to see if our companies are a good fit. Because it's like, for signing over a contract, you want to get to know like how we work and stuff.
Okay. So you're trying to see if my current cleaner, who I've been working with for 5 years, doesn't dust right or something.
Yeah, I mean, not just that, but like if they're willing to invite you over for a site visit, that means there is some interest. Like there might be something going wrong.
Okay.
Obviously, we're not there to pick holes, but like even if there's something we can't do at the price that the current company does, then we'll just say sorry, it's not for us.
Okay. There's a lot of me in here, right? Let's let's try it and see how it goes. All right. So hey, this is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, how's it going?
I'm doing well. Do I know you? Who is this?
No, Ryan, it's Omar from Mayfair Cleaning. We work with Gatehouse Bank just a few doors down. Wanted to speak to you about commercial cleaning, if you have a few minutes.
I'm busy, man.
You're busy. No worries. Can we set a time, maybe sometime you're free, like perhaps next week? It's a 5-10 minute phone call.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, how's it going?
I'm doing well. How you doing today?
Yeah, pretty well, thank you. We'll start again.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, how's it going?
I'm okay, man. How can I help you?
Hey, I'm looking to. Oh, sorry. Okay.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, how's it going?
I'm doing well, man.
Cool. Oh, dude,
all right, let's stop.
I keep stumbling my pitch.
You're rattled. You're rattled.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in. I know this isn't easy. Hopefully, the conversation that we had here will help you think about that transition statement. But I think we talked about this last time. You're gonna really, really benefit from writing down the exact words, phrases, and sentences that you're going to want to use at each section of your conversation. So some people call it a script, and they think it's a dirty little word. I don't make any calls without literally the words that I'm going to say written out, and I think you'll go. You'll really help up level that calling experience if you have those words written out, and then you can start to play with them over time. Right? When I say this,
right.
It's not coming off right. Make it your own. Don't have to sound like a robot, but write down what you want to say. Practice it, rehearse it like you would here, and then when you get into your calls, it's going to be a nice, easy transition from each of the phases. And when someone rattles you a little bit with a little curveball, you're like, "Oh, no, that's not a problem." You get right back to where you want to go. All right. Good job. Good job today, brother. Man. We'll bring
appreciate
on the next
guest.
man. I appreciate you volunteering and coming on again. It's not
brilliant.
Easy.
Thanks, Ryan. See you.
Have a good day. Who's next?
You too.
All right. Is it Naomi?
Yes, hi, how are you?
I am doing well, Naomi. Welcome to the show. Is this your first time on, or have you seen the
Absolutely.
exercise before?
Nope, first time on. I did see something you did a couple weeks ago, not this exact show, but something similar.
Okay, great. So the exercise is pretty straightforward. What we're trying to do is get a rapid succession of mimicking some live calling scenarios. And so when I say this is Ryan, we're just going to start over from the very top. And I'm going to try to throw a couple different variations of what you might hear in a call to throw you off a little bit. But the intention is for you to get really consistent and confident with your opener. Once we hit that, we'll move into the transition of the next phase of your call. So we'll go through a couple of these exercises. We'll stop, give some feedback, and we'll do it again. Sound fair?
Beautiful.
Amazing. So for those that are listening in right now, and to set some context for the call, who's Naomi? What's your role? And then your organization. Who do you serve? How do you serve them? And then we'll jump right into the exercise.
Okay, sure. So I'm the marketing director of a company that does energy efficiency services for multifamily buildings. And I've been doing some sales development stuff kind of on top of my job to both fill up our pipeline and to sort of see what our sales rep is going through when he does this himself.
Amazing. This is awesome. I was literally having a conversation earlier this week with Chet Loveger, and he said, I've had zero marketers ever pick up the phone and make a call. And here you are saying you're doing some sales development work. So this is amazing. Awesome. So multifamily, you're selling into multifamily buildings for energy efficient services. And then within these properties, who is your ideal target generally? Is it like a um, property manager or like an owner? Who's usually the target?
Yes. So we have three ideal targets. Property managers who might get involved with this stuff. Some do and some don't.
Mhm.
Some owners or property managers have someone specifically in charge of energy efficiency. So sometimes it's that person, and sometimes it's somebody with an ownership group.
Okay.
So we do a lot of research. We do as much research as we can before calling these companies because they're all different profiles.
Okay. So let's just assume we're one of those. So I'm an owner of a multifamily building for the purpose of the exercise when we'll go over and over and over. Okay. Thank you for
Beautiful.
sharing the background. Hey, this is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. My name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I'm hoping you can help me out for a couple minutes.
Sure, Naomi. How can I help?
Oh, thanks. I'm with Paradigm Energy Services, and I came across your name because we've been working with building owners, and I'm not sure I'm in the right place. Would you be the person who deals with energy efficiency in your buildings?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan. My name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Uh, yeah, it's gotta be quick.
It'll be super quick. I'm with Paradigm Energy Services. I came across your name because we've been working with building owners. I'm not sure I'm in the right place. Does your company get involved with energy efficiency projects like HVAC and so on?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. My
Hey, be
name's
quiet. Be quiet. Sorry. Go ahead.
Hi. Sorry, I know you're busy. My name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I know you weren't expecting my call. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Hey, be quiet. Sorry. What was that? What did you say?
I'm sorry. My name's Naomi. I'm with Paradigm Energy Services. I came across your name because we've been working with building owners around energy efficiency, and I'm not sure I'm in the right place.
Yeah. Hey, this is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. My name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I'm hoping you can help me out.
What's up? How can I help?
Thanks. I'm with Paradigm Energy Services. I came across your name because we've been working with building owners, and I'm not sure I'm in the right place.
All
Would
right,
you be the
let's
person?
stop here.
Sorry.
How'd that feel?
You definitely rattled me when you were, getting interrupted by people in the background. But it also it made me really aware of how useful it is to have a play card with, what like sort of a script. And I actually realized that I have I made up my sheet here,
Uh-huh.
with like all the different steps. But in some of them, I have kind of two different alternatives. And I'm thinking it would probably be helpful for me to actually make one for each alternative. So I'm not deciding each time whether to say we've never spoken before or I know you weren't expecting my call.
Yeah. It's clear that you have the structure down, which is awesome, and I could see you going back to it. Um, and when you get rattled, it's nice to know where, hey, I was there, now I'm going here. And it's pretty clear that you've used some of the best practices from folks like Josh Braun. There's a little bit of Braunisms in there, and maybe some of the stuff that I've even shared before. But that was incredible, especially coming from uh, a marketer who is just doing this for the first time. That was really good. You've got great tone, great pace. It's pleasant. I doubt there's going to be a lot of people that are going to be super angry with you. And I love the opener of like, I'm hoping you can help me out, because it's like, I want to help you. Sure. How can I help? I want to be helpful. So that's really good. And then the transition statement, um, there was a little bit of inconsistencies, right? So that's the point of having the play card.
Mhm.
But it was still pretty solid. Like, I love that you're moving from, okay, I got my permission, but now I just want to confirm I have the right person. Is this even you? Right? So confirming target is a great next step before you even get
Mhm.
into the pitch. And what you're doing is you're breaking up the conversation and you're establishing this two-way dialogue. Because when we're cold calling, we are we're not, a lot of people think that we're calling and people are hearing us, but they're not. It's interruptive communication. And so what you're doing nicely here is you're breaking up the pattern and you're getting me to engage with you in each step. And there's not this long drawn out monologue. What a lot of people will do is they'll get the opener, sure, and then they pitch for like 2, 3, 4 minutes. And it's just like so uncomfortable. It's just like, and most often what you get at the end of that is, no, I think we're good, click, or no, I don't think we're interested, click. And what you're doing is you're breaking that pattern up nicely. You're confirming target. And by the time we get to the next phase, let's just try to get there in this next section is, I'm potentially, if I've confirmed, yeah, that's me, sure, what's up? Now you got your shot, right? And so let's hear how that section goes. But incredible job. That was awesome.
Thank you so much. I have been using the, I'm hoping you can help me out, based on your advice and something I watched a couple weeks ago. And I've got to say, it works amazingly. People are so disarmed. And, you can tell, like, even if they don't want to be on the phone, they kind of can't help doing it. So that's some really solid advice from you that I really appreciate.
Yeah, well, coming from you especially because you've got such a nice, friendly voice, I think it's a great opener for you, right? I'm hoping you can help me out. There's not going to be that many people that are going to be like, nah, I don't think so. It's just pleasant. We don't get a lot of calls like that, so kudos to you on that. So hey, this is Ryan.
Oh, hi, Ryan. Sorry, my name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Sure. What's up?
So I'm with Paradigm Energy Services, and I came across your name because we've been working with building owners. I'm not sure I'm in the right place. Are you the person who would be dealing with energy efficiency in your buildings?
Um, yeah, I think that's me. Energy
Okay.
energy efficiencies. What do you do?
So things like HVAC retrofits, lighting
Mm.
upgrades, and so on. Have you ever worked with any of the incentive programs that help pay for those upgrades?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, my name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Yeah, you got a minute. What's up?
Oh, great. Thanks. I'm with Paradigm Energy Services. I came across your name because we've been working with building owners in the area. I'm not sure I'm in the right place. Does your company get involved with energy efficiency projects like HVAC upgrades and so on?
I think we just did that the other day.
Oh,
Yeah.
you just did that. Okay. Oh, interesting. Well, I will get out of your hair then, but I really appreciate your taking my call and being so nice.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hi, Ryan. My name's Naomi. We've never spoken before. I'm hoping you can help me out.
Yeah. Sorry. Yeah, we haven't spoken before. What's up?
Oh, thanks. I'm with Paradigm Energy
Hey.
Services. I came.
Sorry. I
Whoa.
got.
Oh,
Sorry
sure.
about that.
No,
Yeah, yeah. Hey, be
I
quiet,
know you're
please. No.
busy.
Yeah. Sorry. Sorry about that. What's up? Sorry, Naomi.
No, that's okay, Ryan. I can appreciate you're busy, and I'm only going to take another 25 seconds of your time or so. I'm with Paradigm Energy Services, and do you guys ever deal with energy efficiency projects in your building, like HVAC upgrades and so on?
Yeah.
Oh,
Think so.
good. That's great. If you don't mind my asking, do you have you ever worked with any of the incentive programs that help pay for those?
All right. Let's stop. How'd that feel? The transition piece.
A little bit rougher, which makes sense because, I've had less practice with it because sometimes, you get a voicemail and all that, or you get a receptionist or whatever. But the practicing definitely helps.
So, as an exercise, especially if you're working with your SDR that's making the calls alongside you, the purpose of this type of environment is you could start with the opener, right? So once we get the first person on the phone, we're really comfortable. And then let's go in there and let's see how that transition starts to happen. Once the transition starts to happen, we can actually field real results just like we're doing right now. I'm not sure what people say. Sometimes they're busy, whatever. I already like the one that already did we just did that. Like what would we say next? What would we say when we get rattled? So our intention was to go here. What might we say here? Oh, that's interesting. Do you know what program? Like whatever you're going to do, you can start to insert that into your playbook and rehearse it a couple times. And you
Hmm.
don't have to start all the way back from the beginning with the intro. You can actually start with role playing. And let's do this a couple of these now, where instead of me getting to the intro, I just say, "Yeah, what's up?" Or so every time I say, "Yeah, what's up?" We'll start back over here, and you can restart that question or the statement of the section that you're in, so that you could rehearse it 3, 4, 5 times, and then go back to calling. So this is meant to be a live role exercise where you identify an area inside of a call that just happened, talk about it a little bit, rehearse it a couple times, and then get back on the phones. And what this will do is will up level the confidence of the caller. uh, they'll feel comfortable the next time it comes up to be prepared for if they say this, then we might say that. Um, so let's try that a couple times and then we'll bring on the next guest. So I'm not going to start from the beginning. I'm just going to start with what's up. So we'll just assume that we just did the permission based opener and you can make that transition statement. Okay.
Got it.
Yeah. What's up?
So, would you be the person who deals with energy efficiency in your buildings, like HVAC upgrades and so on?
Uh, HVAC?
Yes, yes. Yeah,
Yeah.
heating, ventilation.
Yeah. Yeah. I deal with that from time to time.
Oh, great. That's good. So, if you don't mind me asking, how do you handle getting these projects paid for? Have you ever used any of the utility incentive programs?
Hey, what's up?
Hi. Would you be the person who deals with energy efficiency in your buildings, like HVAC retrofits and lighting upgrades?
Oh, yeah. I deal with all that stuff.
Oh, good. If you don't mind me asking, how do you handle getting incentives for these projects? Do you work with the utility programs directly?
What's up?
Would you be the person who deals with energy efficiency in your buildings, like HVAC retrofits and lighting upgrades?
Oh, yeah. That's me.
Oh, good. That's great. So, how do you handle getting incentives for these projects?
Perfect. We'll stop here. How's it feel?
Yeah, it's starting to feel better. I'm feeling each time I say it, I'm cutting out some of the script, and I'm also trying the more I go through it, the more I feel like I can be responsive to your tone. So, it's really important to try to figure out where the person is at and like shorten your thing if they sound really busy, or change your pacing to slow them down if you think you can get away with it.
Love it. No, you're definitely adopting, and the thing that is great about your approach is that again, your tone and pace is very friendly. When you're talking with people, I'm not sure what the audience generally responds is to these things, but most people aren't as mean as they might like we might think when we're cold calling. A lot more people are generally wanting to be helpful, and they're busy people from time to time, but again, if you're calling with something that might serve them and you've done a good job, like you've said ahead of time, of researching buildings that could benefit from these programs you have, then you could come in with the confidence that, hey, I'm here to help you. And if I can't, no problem. And that was clear even when the statement came up with like, I think we just did that. Oh, that's no problem. I'll get out of your hair. You might want to challenge back on that a little bit, like, oh, well, what not challenge back, but like get some more clarity on that before killing the call. But the point of it is you're not so thirsty. You don't have commission breath. You're like, hey, I'm here to help, and that's great. I think if you um, uh, continue down this path here and you get some real live data, what you'll start to do is measure where that drop off is happening in the call, and are you getting to where you need to be. And if there's drop off and you're consistent with the message, then you can come in and start to hone, well, is it what we're saying, or is it who we're targeting? We only really have three levers at the top of the funnel: target, so our list; message, what we're saying; and then rep, who we are, who we be, right? Our tone, this pacing, the stuff that you're talking about. And it's clear you have all those things locked in. So amazing job. This was a really a great session. Good job today.
Thank you so much. I really appreciate it.
Yeah. Thanks for being a volunteer on the show.
Absolutely.
So who do we got next? Do we have any more volunteers today? Here we go. Seth, what's
How you
up,
doing,
brother?
Ryan? Not much. Can you hear me all right?
I can. How you be today?
Not much, not much. I actually had yesterday off, so I'm feeling recharged today and
Yeah.
ready to go.
Fantastic. Well, so for the audience, who is Seth? What's your role? Who do you serve? How do you serve them? And we'll get right into the exercise today.
So I'm Seth Murray. I'm a sales development rep over at Cognism. What we're doing over here is supplying mobile phone numbers to business leaders, such as business development managers themselves, sales leaders, revenue leaders, basically just getting them the access to mobile phone numbers. As we all know, people are working from home, so to get these decision makers on the phone, it's been the best way to do it is the mobile. So that's what we're doing, and I'm having a good time doing it.
Amazing. So, who is your general target when you're making your calls today?
Industry wise or title wise?
Yeah, let's just assess some context for the practice we're going to have today. Who are we going to be targeting? Like, is there a specific industry and a title that you'd be going after?
We'll say the business development manager for a software company. Just keep it
Okay.
simple.
Software companies, business development manager. Fantastic. So we'll get right into it. Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, how you doing today?
Um, okay, man. What's up? Do I know you?
Good. I'm actually calling you for the first time. My name's Seth Murray. I'm calling from my company Cognism, and I can appreciate that I'm catching you out of the blue here. But you got 20 seconds so I can explain why I'm calling.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey Ryan, this is Seth Murray giving you a call from Cognism. How you doing today?
I'm okay. What's up, Seth? How can I help?
That's good to hear. Yeah, so I mean, I'm really just looking for 20 seconds if you got it, so I can explain my call a little further.
Yes. What's up?
Appreciate it. So my company Cognism, like I said, we're working with business development managers quite like yourself, just to provide validated mobile contact data for your prospects. With people working from home more than ever, sales leaders are noticing a drop off in their connections and gaps in their current mobile coverage. So my question for you, Ryan, really is, what are your sales teams doing when they don't have contact data for their most important leads?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, this is Seth Murray giving you a call from Cognism. How you doing today?
I've been better, man. Just had to lay off a couple of my reps.
That's tough to hear. I know as a rep myself, and seeing how much my manager cares, I can assume that's probably tough on you. So I'm sorry to hear that. But like I said, I am a rep, and I can appreciate you're going through something right now. But you got 20 seconds, so I explain my call a little further.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, this is Seth Murray giving you a call from Cognism. How you doing today?
I'm okay. What's up, Seth? Do I know you?
No, not much.
Hey,
No,
be
I'm
quiet.
actually.
Sorry,
Oh,
Seth. Sorry.
no, no.
I just got something going. Hey, I'm on the phone. Yeah. No, we'll deal with that. Hey, leave your sister alone. What's up, man?
Yeah, hell, you on babysitting duties this week? I know it's summertime here.
Yeah, they're back to school next week. How can I help you, Seth?
Yeah, no. So we're working with business development managers like yourself, actually, to provide validated mobile contact data for your prospects. Just because people working from home, sales leaders are noticing a drop off in their connections and gaps in their current mobile coverage. So honestly, I had a question for you, if you didn't mind.
Yeah, how can I help?
What are you or your reps doing when they don't have the contact data available for, say, their most important leads?
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, this is Seth Murray giving you a call from Cognism. How you doing today?
Cognism. Come on, man. I told you guys to stop calling.
Oh, I'm sorry about that. I saw that your profile, you said you love picking up the phone and dialing, and that's ultimately why I'm reaching out. I picked it up trying to see if I have what it takes. But if you got 20 seconds, so I go a little bit further into it.
Hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, this is Seth Murray giving you a call from Cognism. How you doing today?
All right, let's stop. How's that feel? That first section of his so far.
Feels good. Obviously, you never know what someone's going to say when they actually pick up the phone.
Yep.
But yeah, I felt comfortable there. Just pivoting. Sometimes a little bit wordy there. Trying to like claw my way out of like a hole I dug just so I could get like to the next part. But I don't know, it didn't feel overly horrible. So
Yeah, what's great is your consistency is there. You basically have, hey Ryan, this is Seth. How you doing today? Hey Ryan, this is Seth. How you doing today? Hey Ryan, this is Ryan. Hey Ryan, this is Seth. How you doing today? That's great, right? And your tone and pace is consistent. You sound like Cool Hand Luke, cool, calm, collected. How's it going? It's a nice, confident pace and tone to get into a conversation. The curveballs that are coming in, you're doing a good job of fielding them for the most part. But like the part when I said, I just laid some people off, and then you transition back through, or some of these other ones. It's clear that you know that you want to get to the section. Sometimes it's okay to, um, be a little bit more conversational before you go back into the section. Sometimes, not always, but being a little bit respectful for certain things. Like if I just laid off my team, am I really going to be in the mood to buy anything right now? Probably not. I don't know. You could use some situational awareness. Obviously, this is just a role practice, but just using some situational awareness of like sometimes time is just terrible. And when you hear stuff like that, it's okay from time to time to be like, oh my God, sometimes the worst possible time. I'm gonna let you get back to it, man. Hopefully the day gets better. There's no point of like necessarily taking that connect. You're not going to go anywhere likely. I don't know. But just situational awareness. And I just threw that one at you. It's a role play, but just be aware of it. But other than that, your transition is phenomenal. You clearly understand that you have a section that you're trying to get to, and you gotten it written. It's consistent, right? Each time you're going right into that reason for the call is with working from home. You've got the gaps, etc. So great job there. Situational awareness is the only thing that I would bring up on that transition period when there's a curveball from time to time. Sometimes it's not a good time to talk, right? And that's okay.
yeah.
Just because they picked up doesn't mean that they thought it was a salesperson calling, regardless of what some of the gurus will tell you. So
Yeah, no, I
save it for
fully agree. Yeah.
another day. All right, so let's try again. We'll focus on the transition period, and then this show is flying by today, so we'll open it up for maybe one more guest if we have them. If not, the open Q&A. So, hey, this is Ryan.
Hey, Ryan, this is Seth Murray giving you a call from Cognism. How you doing today?
I am I'm doing pretty good. I'm feeling a little sick, coming back from a fever. But what's up, man?
Oh, that's tough to hear. I hope you get over that. You just feeling cold symptoms, or you just just total
Yeah,
grogginess?
yeah, just some chills and stuff. Not not great, but I'm back at it today. How can I
Yeah,
help you, Seth? Do I know you?
gotcha. No, but like the weekend coming up, you got something to look forward to, feeling better. But so anyways, you don't know me, totally caught you out of the blue, Ryan. But you got 20 seconds. I could go a little bit further into why I'm calling.
Sure. How can I help?
So Cognism, like I said, we're working with business development managers like yourself to provide validated mobile contact data for your prospects. With people working from home more than ever, sales leaders are noticing a drop off in their connections as well as gaps in their current mobile coverage. So, let me ask you a quick question if you don't mind. What are your reps doing when they don't have contact data for their most important leads?
So this transition this time, Seth, I'm just going to start over with what's up, so you don't have to do the intro anymore. So
Okay.
let's work on through. Okay. So hey, yeah, what's up? What's up? How can I help?
Yeah, so reason for the call, my company Cognism, we're working with business development leaders like yourself to provide validated mobile contact data for your prospects. With people working from home
Yeah,
more than ever.
mobile. We don't call mobiles, man.
Oh, no? Why is that?
What's up? How can I help?
Oh, hey, Ryan. Like I said, my company Cognism, we're working with business development leaders like yourself to provide validated mobile contact data for your
Oh,
prospects.
validated mobile data. How's that work?
Yeah. So like when people working from home, sales leaders are noticing a drop off in their connections as well as gaps in their current coverage. So what we do over here at Cognism, we provide the validated mobile contact data for specific prospects. So ultimately, your reps are getting more people on the phone, having more conversations each day. Um, are
What's
you,
up?
are you
Yeah,
guys
what's up? How can I help?
reason for the call, Ryan? So it's my company Cognism. Like I said, we're working with sales
Cognizant?
leaders like yourself.
Have we
Yeah,
spoken before?
Cognism. No, I totally caught you out of the blue, but I saw in your profile you're a big fan of cold calls. So
Oh yeah,
here I am,
love it,
just
man.
looking to see if I have what it takes.
Okay, what's up? Go.
Yeah, so we're working with business development leaders like yourself to provide validated mobile contact data for your prospects.
Mm.
Just because people working from home and on the go more than ever, sales leaders are noticing a drop off in their connections as well as gaps in their current mobile coverage.
Yep.
So, Ryan, let me ask you if you don't mind. What are your reps doing if they don't have the contact data for their most important leads?
What's up, man? How can I help? You got 30 seconds. You said 27. You
Uh,
got 30 seconds. I'll give you 30.
All right, perfect. I'll keep it quick. But like I said, my company Cognism, we're working with business development leaders like yourself to provide validated mobile contact data for your
All right,
prospects.
let's stop. Let's stop there. How'd that feel?
I felt good. I never obviously never like when someone's like adhering to the 20 seconds or gives you a time frame because even though I feel like I could definitely get it out in that time, I don't know, just the added pressure definitely uh, I don't know, makes it a little bit more adventurous.
Okay. Well, you're doing a phenomenal job of like I threw a couple curveballs again, but you just go right back to your talk track. You go right back to your talk track. It's clear that it's written down, it's rehearsed, it's practiced. Like you know where you're going with the call. It's phenomenal
Hmm.
job, man. That's awesome. Uh, if you're feeling that as a pressure statement, then you might want to eliminate asking for a specific number of seconds, right? Because that is
Hmm.
something you ask, like, hey, you got 20 something, you got 20 seconds, I could explain it. If you don't like when I'm like, yeah, you got 30, then don't ask that question. Right? You're setting yourself up for use a different one. Like Naomi used the one, hey, I was hoping you could help me out for a moment. Now all of a
Hmm.
sudden there is no, if they say yes, great. You didn't put yourself on a clock. Um, so that's one thing to think about if that comes up often where you feel pressure. But your transition and your ability to duck and weave, and also your coaching from the beginning around a little bit of the sympathy, dude, you nailed it. It was a phenomenal job. Your pace, your tone, everything is solid here, man. How have calls been going?
Thank you.
I know we had our workshop and stuff like that. How have things been going since doing this the big call blitz?
Yeah, so I mean, things July was obviously up and down, but I actually did miss my number by one, which was tough.
Oh no!
But for set up a good comeback because I actually hit quota the first week of the month here, so looking to really take advantage of you know stacking the meetings up here. So it's been going really well.
Awesome, man. Well, hey, thanks for jumping in on the show today. I mean, really good job. Like, keep up the great work, and um, thanks again for being a victim. I mean, a volunteer for the show.
Always. Thank you again, Ryan. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Have a good one.
Yeah, good job. All right, so we're gonna open it up for Q&A. We got 15 minutes or so left in the show, and last time we had a lot of questions streaming in. So for those that are still live today, feel free to chat the questions in, and I'll make sure that we go through these as many as we can for the next 15 minutes. I don't know if those are ran and displayed. I'm not sure exactly how we did that last time, but feel free to chat in the questions and we can talk through as they stream in today. One of the key things that I've seen here on the chats was around data. I get this question quite a bit about what to expect from a success of an outbound campaign, and keep in mind that if you're converting 1 out of 10 of your cold calls, these are true cold calls, you're doing pretty well. You're getting pretty much everybody who's buying now and open to a discussion. And so if you're firing off calls, converting 1 out of 10, that's not a bad thing. It's right where you need to be. And if you can get away from worrying about the other nines being no's and you keep up that approach, 1 out of 10 is a good number to reach for. So here's a first question coming in from Janelle. How are you finding this number online? How do you know who you're talking to, the right person at the company? Perhaps ask if they're the right person you're speaking with, reading off spec category or something like that. I'm no expert, but just an idea. How are you finding this number? Okay, so if you're asking how are you finding contact information, obviously there's premium databases like Cognism that you could use. But if you don't have access to premium databases like Cognism, web research is a great place to go to. Um, if your audience is on LinkedIn, believe it or not, if you check their profile, a lot of people will put numbers inside their contact info. So if you're a connection, you can get their contact information. If you're not, sometimes they have it in their summary. Click in to their summary page. Some people post their contact information right there. Other than that, tools are going to go a long way, right? So purchasing the contact information from a tool that actually has plugins off of like LinkedIn if your data is there, or websites where they're looking at the website domain to find contacts that way. There's lots of ways to find phone numbers. And then the other thing that I highly recommend here is once you have a name and you have a phone number, is do not hesitate to try all the phone numbers that you can find for companies. There's a lot of gold by calling and going through the actual call trees or operators. When you call in, you can ask for more direct numbers from operators, uh, uh, customer service lines. Sometimes you can get people's phone numbers that way. If you have a very high value target, being a sleuth and doing everything you can to try to find a phone number by talking to people at the company um, with a name, it'll go a long way. If you just have a title, it's a little bit more difficult, but that's, believe it or not, how I used to have to build all my lists. 15 years ago, we weren't blessed with all these premium data tools like Cognism, and even LinkedIn was not really a thing. You would have to call a website and ask who's in charge of a specific program, get a name, get a number, build your database, and follow up. So hopefully those tips are helpful. But do everything you can to find a phone number. Make sure to call those numbers, and when you're calling those numbers, document paths go all the way through to voicemails. And voicemails, you can find mobile numbers these days. A lot of times people say, "Hey, I'm busy. You could reach me on my mobile number," things like that. So do what you can to build that database up. On the situations where you had distractions, would you would the right move be? Now sounds like a bad time. Do you want to 5 next week? That's a great it's a great question. So what Justin Middleton and I do a lot in our live show is if we hear a distraction, um, we will call it out in the middle of our opener. For example, if someone's driving and we can hear it, maybe like there's a blinker or there's a screaming baby, we hear it, or they're at a coffee shop or something. If you can hear the noise, just call it out ahead of time. So it sounds something like, hey, this is Ryan with uh, phone ready leads. Sounds like I'm gonna catch you in the middle of something. Or hey, this is Ryan with Cognism. It sounds like I caught you driving. Um, so you can actually call that out ahead of time and see how they respond. If you're hearing the urgency in their voice to say that's not a problem, I actually don't even ask to book a time to call back. I just say we'll just call you back. There's a really interesting behavior with phone, and this is something that a lot of you might not recognize because you're calling um, data cold and your connect rate's probably sitting at like 3 to 5%, meaning you have to call and you have to call 20 to 30 people on average before you get one person to pick up. Um, Now, once you get someone to pick up, those people tend to pick up again and again and again, and their connect rate actually won't be 3 or 5%. It'll be something like 20 or 30%. Or said differently, you can get them on the phone every 3 to 5 dials. And so if someone's super busy and you caught them, it's not a big deal to exit the call and just try them back later. And then when you try them back later, document the time and you can say, hey, Chris, I caught you on Thursday around, it was like 8:50 in the morning. It sounded like it was the worst possible time. Do you mind if I take a minute to explain why I was reaching out and you can let me know if it's relevant or not? Having that intro on that follow up is super powerful because you're referencing the previous conversation. They might even remember you're the only person who ever respected it, hung up, and then called back. And because of that, you have a much higher chance of getting further along in the conversation and getting to what we like to call the completion. So call it out, be respectful of it, and then you certainly can ask if it seems reasonable. But there's a lot of times where like I'm talking like really like a screaming baby or something like that. It's like, dude, there's no point of continuing to keep those people. I just cut the call and call back. So it depends. You have to have high situational awareness, but I always like those little micro commitments. Hey, is there maybe I can call you back tomorrow? Just put 5 minutes in the calendar. Even sending that invite's a good idea. Sometimes they accept, and you got a scheduled follow up call. I won't call that a meeting, but at least you got an opportunity to go and explain exactly why you're calling. Good question. What's the best reaction to hearing there's background commotion? Yeah, so I think we just talked about this one, right? So if you're hearing background commotion, I actually call it out, right? I like to call it out, and then you know, I'm not desperate when I'm calling. I know if you pick up, you tend to pick up again, and so I have no problem basically saying, "Hey, let me call you back when I catch you at a little bit of a better time." There's been zero opportunities that I can think of in my entire career, and Justin Middleton and I again cold call. We have been, the show's on pause right now for a couple weeks, but pretty much every single day we're on making cold calls. We do this live, and there's always commotion from time to time. Like there's people that are busy, etc. Every single time we continue through and pitch, the pitch ends in something like, "Yeah, I don't think I'd be interested. I'm busy right now. No thanks." Every single time. There's been next to zero, I would say 0% chances where someone's super busy, lots of commotion, where that call is going to end in anything other than yo, I'm busy right now. If there's a level of interest, they'll ask you to call back. You're not going to get much more than that anyway. And so why not just call back later? That's what I have discovered is the best practice here. And again, referencing that call in the follow up, you can explain using that commotion as a part of your opener. Hey, I called you the other day. It sounded like I caught you in the middle of breakfast. I caught you driving. I caught you with your baby, crying in the background, whatever. Want to see if now is a better time to explain why I was calling. That's going to get you further along in the completion, and it's not going to change the outcome. I would actually err on the side of coming back another day. People who pick up will pick up again, versus trying to pitch where you have next to 0% chance of that going anywhere besides, no, I don't think I'm interested, because they're not hearing you. There's too much going on. And the point of the call is to try to get a scheduled next interaction at a later date anyway, with the intention that you get through to a completion. The completion means they hear you. And if there's commotion, there's a very, very, very slim chance that that commotion is going to lead to them hearing anything you have to say. That's just my take on it. Next question. Yeah. So around voicemails, I'm going to answer this in. So the length, I think 30 seconds or less is great. But here's the thing about voicemail. Unless it's somebody that already knows you, there's a reason for a callback. Like, you're following up on an inbound demo request, or you're following up on a previous sales conversation where there's relevance. Unless some of those things have already happened in the past, I actually do not recommend leaving voicemails. Um, People who pick up the phone tend to pick up the phone, and people who don't. Voicemail callbacks tend to happen with people who like to use the phone. If you call people and you just don't even leave a voicemail, you'll get callbacks. And what I found is that you actually get a negative. You actually get a negative outcome if you're leaving voicemails in terms of your likelihood of getting somebody on the phone that may have otherwise. What I mean by that is, um, I have data that shows from a campaign I ran last year with Phone Burner, where their system automatically drops voicemails and you can send emails. For cold data, I used to think that was a really good idea. So I would call, drop a voicemail, send an email. And I saw my connect rates for phone ready leads, which are people who pick up, already know they pick up, actually go to zero on a campaign with people where I was calling, leaving a voicemail, send an email. My hypothesis is that those leads saw the voicemail, saw the email, decided that it wasn't relevant, and might have blocked the number I was calling. I eliminated the voicemail from the process, and the connect rate went back up. So using a new number. So you actually hurt your chances of getting a conversation started by leaving a voicemail. I wouldn't recommend leaving a voicemail on a cold call. So that's answering a different question here. But for voicemails, when it comes to length, 30 seconds to a minute, I mean, just it's probably a good idea. But the reality is, I would use that as a mechanism on a follow up, not on a cold call. Length isn't so much as important as the actual substance of it. And what I found to work best is on my voicemails for follow ups is basically just saying, "Hey, sorry, I missed you. I'm going to either send you a text or an email as well." And now I can actually get my message out in the text or the email after the call. Adam Robertson. Hey, Ryan, quick one. We're trying to uncover if they have any pains from a list of multiple pain points. What are your favorite ways to uncover pain points before jumping into the pitch? How can you overcome their reluctance to tell a complete stranger what problems they are currently facing with such a short time period? Well, that's a great question. So for me, Adam, if you're doing this list of pain points, it's kind of like the Sandler method, I'd imagine. So you might be saying something like, "Hey, we're reaching out to insert persona, and generally when we speak with these folks, they tell us they have problems like X, Y, Z. Let me stop there. Do any of those resonate?" You might be using that framework. That's a decent framework to try to uncover. Is there something on a list of pains that they might be facing that's relevant? What I found is that works if you have the right approach. It's a pretty skilled call. What I like to do instead is try to assume, based on what I can know about them, one or two of those pains, and with that assumption, um, uh, you get a little bit further along into the conversation. So that framework looks like something like, how people like you suffer from A, B, and C, and then that results in this negative experience. well, with us, we do it in this way, which results in this outcome. Does that sound like it'd be relevant, or am I way off base, or something like that? So that framework tends to result in a little bit of a better conversion rate, because on a cold call, to your point, people they're not sitting around waiting for you to call them and ask them, ask they're not sitting around waiting for you to tell you what their problem is. They have problems and they're trying to solve them. So it's better if you could come in with, "Hey, I know you. I know you have these problems, and by knowing me, you can now serve me." Right? So if you can transition that statement away from trying to get them to tell you something, and more of assumption based, or how. Yeah, of course, I feel that. I tend to like that framework. It works a little bit better, but both use cases can work out. Hopefully that answers that question. Excuse me. And I think we are up on the hour here. Um, so thank you all for tuning in on the show today. Really appreciate the guests coming in. Amazing job with those who volunteered. And we are going to be rolling out this show. This format of the show is going to happen one time a month. So if you want to be a volunteer, you've been listening in, make sure to reach out to Tim Hughes on the team to get signed up to be a volunteer for the next show, which will happen, I think, around this day, the second week of every month. And then we're also going to roll out another format where, if there's any volunteers, to actually look at your script, and we're going to share the script. We're going to break down the script live. So instead of actually doing the role practice, we'll actually look at the phraseology and talk through the format. So if if you want to volunteer to submit some scripts for the next show, there's going to be the stop, start, repeat once a month, and then script review once a month. Every other week, we're going to bring those in. So if you want to volunteer and submit your messaging for a live script review, reach out to the team as well, and we'll get you set up for the next show. Thanks again, everybody, for tuning in today. Excited to have you around, and hopefully all got some value from this. We'll see you.